Hello and welcome to another episode of our weekly preview show for the women's basketball team here at the University of Rio Grande. I'm Brandon Bias, I'm your host, and as always I'm joined by head coach David Smalley, and today we'll have two players, freshman Harley Antrit and junior Courtney Pfeiffer. Welcome, Coach.
Good to be here again, Coach, and we just kind of got off of a late night bus from Pittsburgh and beautiful downtown Pittsburgh at Carlo, and we're happy to be here, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
What are we probably on about 4 hours of sleep, so we're still here for the weekly preview show. Before we get into what we have ahead of us, let's look behind us and talk about kind of wrap up the Bevo, where we were very fortunate to win 2 games, and just kind of update the fans.
Well, the Bevo was the 39th annual Bevo Francis tournament that we celebrate. Obviously, the wonderful and unbelievable story of Bevo Francis and Newt Oliver. That all started with John Lawhorn 39 years ago, and we're happy and proud that our president, Ryan Smith, and athletic director Jeff Lanham are keeping that tradition alive. And that was a great weekend, one of the best that we've had. A lot of alum come back, and it was just an awesome weekend for the alumni and just to kind of celebrate what happened in 1952, 53, 53, 54. As far as women's basketball, we started out with Cincinnati Claremont, and I think we came out of the gate, fired up and just did what we needed to do and kind of controlled the game and ended up winning, I believe, 99-47. We had a lot of players that just did a tremendous job. Haley Jordan, I believe, led us that game with 24 points and 10 rebounds, and Ella Skeens, 8 points, 11 rebounds. Avery Harper, 12 points, 5 rebounds. And then our 2 guests today really contributed and did a great job. Courtney Pfeiffer came in and had 6 points and did a nice job in shooting the basketball like she's very capable of doing. And Harley Antrit came in with 10 points and 8 rebounds. So we kind of steamrolled them a little bit, Coach, which is what we should have done and what we needed to do, and that kind of kicked off our Bevo weekend as far as a win.
Yeah, so with the UC Claremont, it was good to hear from some of the players that you mentioned because, maybe they weren't getting as much playing time early on, but definitely came into that game and kind of have played a key role in the past 2 games outside of that on the Saturday and then obviously last night whenever we played at Carlo. So, again, the Claremont game, big win. Can you go into Saturday's game against Rochester for the championship for the Bevo?
Well, Saturday's game against Rochester was kind of a coming out game for us. I thought our team and coaching staff, I thought we were well prepared. We just had a 1-day turnaround. Didn't really have much on them. We got to watch them on Friday, and they're a great basketball team. They were 5-0 going into that particular game. Dynamic guards, physical type of play, get it up and down the floor, and we were really pleased with what we did in that game. Hung on for I believe it was an 92-84 win. And I believe that game is going to kind of give us a little signature jump on ratings and things of that nature, which you can talk a little bit more about. During that game, Avery Harper, again, off the bench, double-doubled, 17 points, 16 rebounds. We had several players in double figures, Darnell with 10 and Chambers with 10 and Jordan with 10 and Ella Skeens with 18. Courtney Pfeiffer came in, and this was, to me, was huge. It was early. I think our third quarter was a really good quarter against them. Courtney came in, hit a 3, had a couple of rebounds, had a little runner on a bank shot that kind of was rimmed in and out. But I thought that basket was huge on her part during that particular game. And I believe Antrit had 8 points on that. So timely minutes with these 2 young ladies that we have with us today, and then the rest of our team doing some of the things that they normally do. That was a huge win. And, and I'll talk about a little bit about, we went down to Shawnee, as I recall. Shawnee on Tuesday shot 27 free throws. We shot 7, and we're pitiful us. We're so mad, and we thought we got a bad officiated game. Well, that kind of turned around, and I say this with a little grin. We shot 36 free throws in our house, and Rochester only shot 8. sorry about your luck, Rochester. That's just the way that ball bounces. It all averages out. So that's what happened. It was a great game, and I thought just a good win for us.
Yeah, as you alluded to with the foul shot differential, I mean, how many times have we been on the opposite end of that? And it felt good. And it's not like, that it was a surprise to us. I mean, we took 7-3, so most of our points are coming inside where most of the contact is going to be called.
Sure.
So it's good to get that. And as Coach also mentioned with the Rochester win meaning so much, they have a win over Mount Vernon, who had just beat Thomas More, who's the number 2 ranked team. So that is definitely going to help whenever it comes to ratings down the future and things like that. And before we get into our most recent game, which was last night with Carlow University, can you kind of talk about the basketball that's in front of you?
Well, we do, and I want to go back to that ranking thing. And I don't want us to get too hung up on that, but I think we're knocking on that door, and we keep doing what we're doing. It's out of our control, but we're doing what we can do. We're 8-0, and you got to keep winning. If being ranked is going to be one of those situations that you need to focus on, then you've got to keep winning. This ball right here. I'm so excited and happy for Avery Harper. This ball, she got her 1,000th point. This is our second 1,000th point. This is our second. You're killing me, Petey. You're killing me. Our second 1,000-point ball with Avery Harper, and so deservingly, we're going to award her that ball on Saturday against Point Park. Back to you, Coach.
I don't know what this guy's problem is. Sometimes when you don't get enough sleep. Okay, so looking at our game last night at Carlow, maybe we didn't start off as well as we had hoped. It kind of was very sloppy in the first half. It wasn't what we normally expect from our team, but we went in halftime, gave them a stern talking to, came out second half, and I believe we outscored them somewhere around like 48-17 range, and was more of like ourselves. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? That was our first long bus ride, so I know that could have played a factor. The longest bus ride we had before that was going to Shawnee State. We went up there, did a couple different things. So can you just elaborate a little bit on that?
Sure. As our players know, and you have to respect every opponent. Carlow's a scrappy team, very physical, especially on their home court. We traditionally struggle a little bit up there, usually in the early going. They came out officiating. Actually, the crew they were good people. It was almost like a high school officiated game and a lot of contact, and that kind of went against us. And I thought we got a little soft with the hands-on and they're basically hanging on to us. But we started out slow, had 11-point lead at halftime. We talked about a few things that we wanted to adjust in the locker room at halftime, and players came out. Look, it's almost like we got off the bus. I think I mentioned to Coach French on the way back with the text. I said we had 11-point lead. We got off the bus to the third and fourth quarter and did our job. So was really pleased with the outcome. That's got to be one of the best defensive outputs that we've had. I think we held them to 38 points and only being up 11 at halftime. So I thought we did a great job there. Kaylee Darnell had a very, very quiet 16 points. She's just all over the floor, did a lot of nice things. Kind of struggled a little bit with the physicality, but then I thought, her speed and quickness kind of took over. She did a great job. Haley Jordan, who did foul out, but was okay. They were just kind of.
She accepts that.
Yeah, she did. She did a good job. She had 17 points. Ella Skeens struggled in the scoring department, but ended up 12 rebounds, and I believe led the team in 12 rebounds. And Asia Williams just kind of keeps just getting better and better every game. She had some good minutes and had 10 points. Harley Antritt came in off the bench, had a double-double, and she'll talk, and you guys will talk more about that, but 10 points and 11 rebounds. So a dubious honor. We had 50 rebounds. That's not too bad in a game, but we gave up 52. We gave up 52 to a team that was a lot smaller than us overall and not nearly as athletic. So and it was a tough place to play. The rims were kind of tight. We just didn't shoot the ball well, but end up again with an 80 to 38 victory in the first league game. So that was a huge win for us. We were 0 for 6 at the 3. It was just one of those games that we really didn't need to be taking threes. We need to get it to the glass, and we did eventually. So I was proud of the players for hanging in there and getting a good win on the road.
Yeah, we won't spend much time on those threes. That's a good evaluation. So now looking forward to this weekend, we have Point Park, which is going to be a home game for us, and then we look forward to next Tuesday is a home game against West Virginia Tech. So at that point, we'll be 3 games into the River State season, conference season. Can you kind of give us a heads up on what to expect from Point Park and West Virginia Tech?
Well, West Virginia Tech and Point Park battled last night up at Point Park. I believe West Virginia Tech came up on top, and it was a low-scoring affair. And I thought 50s and
51-44.
51-44. So both those teams historically and traditionally, have good solid teams. They're well coached. I was kind of excited to see that low scoring game because we're high octane, and I think we're going to create some issues for them. But again, you got to be prepared and respect each opponent. These are a couple of the higher level opponents that's in our division, and we got them at home. And this is the first time in a long time that we've had to start the league the way we are. Usually we're thrown right into the fire. This is I think it's a good situation for us, but we gotta hold serve. The good thing is we have Point Park at home, and then we turn around West Virginia Tech, who's on the struggle bus right now, but we know that West Virginia Tech is extremely talented, and they're gonna have a coming out party here eventually with the struggles that they're having. So, I'm pleased with where we are and the schedule that we have. We got a good thing going. I don't know if we mentioned we're 8-0, and that's got to be one of the best starts in my tenure here. And we just got to be focused, and hopefully with giving Avery this ball, that'll be a kind of a little motivation on Saturday against Point Park, and then I don't know what we're going to do for West Virginia Tech. Maybe we'll present you with a new chair. I don't know.
You can do that, but I do know one ball that's coming up on the horizon, and 4 more.
Well, I think we're getting ready to go to commercial, and we got to move on.
Hey, and 4 more wins. The gentleman sitting beside of me is 600 win, or he's four wins away from 600 wins. So hopefully that's something we can knock out in the next 4 games, because that would put us at 12-0.
That would be cool.
That would be great. So thank you for joining today. We're going to go ahead and bring up our 2 guests, our players for the day. So, Coach, have a great day.
Thanks, Coach.
Welcome back. I'm now joined by our players, Courtney Pfeiffer and Harley Antrett. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So hopefully we'll be a little bit more professional with these as we were with our first guest. So kind of just want to get into kind of the early season and where we are now, 8 games into the season. So if you could just give us a little feedback. So can you talk a little bit about the season up to this point, Courtney, as far as where the team is and where we're going?
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start right now. And I think that's just motivation to keep building where we are.
Yeah, Harley, do you have anything to add to that?
No.
Okay. So Harley, coming in as a freshman, obviously, can you give us a little bit of the differences between your high school season and what you've experienced so far as a freshman?
There's really not that big of a difference. I mean, I had a smaller school, so like my team was close and everything.
Okay, what about the style of play, the girls you're going up against,
yeah,
more
it's
your
a lot
size?
faster. The girls are bigger. It is just a lot faster than high school.
Yeah, and Courtney, you being in your 3rd year here, that's something obviously that you had noticed your first couple years. Can you talk about where you are personally now compared to where you were when you came in as a freshman?
I feel like I have a lot more confidence now, and I've adjusted to the college level. Coming in, you're going up against 21, 22-year-olds. Everybody's strong. Everybody has a high IQ. So I just feel like I've adapted to that now.
Yeah, definitely. So those are big things, especially from your freshman year. Whenever you come in, I'm sure Harley's experienced. I mean, there's times whenever you have somebody China's size that can strip you where you probably don't get that in high school. And then Courtney, you've really got to determine, your growth from your freshman year to your junior year and kind of, what it takes now and the preparation into each season. So with being 8-0, a thing that we've covered a lot on this show is kind of how deep our team is. Can you talk, Courtney, a little bit about the depth on the team and how that's played into part of our success?
Yeah, it's an awesome thing to have because on any given night, anybody can step up. Last person on the bench can come in and have a double-double, you know what I mean? And that's just awesome because that makes it hard for the other team to scout and prepare because now you're scouting everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And Harley, can you kind of talk about your role as, first couple games, probably a couple minutes a game if you get that, that's awesome. To where maybe the last 2 games I think have been your best 2 games. I believe one game around 11 points and 9 rebounds and then your double-double last night. So can you talk about, what you did to keep your mental stability of being ready whenever your name is called? How do you do that when you set the first few games?
I just stay active on the bench and cheering for the team. It keeps me involved in the game and my head there and paying attention and seeing what's going on by cheering. So just hyping up the teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing that plays into our success is just, if people could see the pictures that we all share with our bench compared to the people on the court, we're more hyped up about how we cheer each other on the bench compared to in the game. So looking forward, we have 2 conference games coming up. So Saturday we play Point Park, and then Tuesday we play our rival West Virginia Tech, both at home. Can you kind of talk about what you expect in the next 2 games, Courtney?
I think it's going to be a battle. It's going to be physical. I mean, every team's going to bring their best against us. But we want that. I mean, I think that helps us, motivates us. So looking forward to it.
Yeah. And Harley, I know you can't speak too much on the 2 opponents because this will be the first time that you've got to play them. But, what is a goal for Harley personally for this year, your personal goal?
Just to do my part with the time that I get. If it's 40 seconds to play, then it's to go in and do my role in those 40 seconds.
Absolutely. And Courtney, what's your personal goal?
Same thing as Harley. Just, do whatever's asked and try to keep everybody positive and focused.
Yeah, absolutely. And before I let you all go, can you kind of give a team goal? Courtney, I'll let you go first. What's the team's goal as we set 8-0?
Take it one game at a time, I think, but that's most important. But we want a conference championship. We want to get back to the national tournament and just take it one game from there.
I like Courtney's goal.
Yeah. So Harley?
I like Courtney's goal.
Okay, so she's going to stick with that one. So as we look forward, every week we say hopefully we come back here. If we get us a couple wins, it's going to be great. We're 8-0. We have 2 games coming up before the next show that's going to lead us into Thanksgiving break, and then obviously we look down the road. We have an Indiana Tech trip coming up that we lost to in the national tournament. So a lot of great games coming up and opportunities for you to watch your Red Storm as we start getting into conference play. So Saturday we play at 3 o'clock, and then next Tuesday we play at 5:30. So if you have the chance, please come out and support this basketball team, as we're a very, very, very hard-working team and entertaining to watch. So until the next episode next week for the preview, we hope to see you out at the games. Thank you.